Thank you for tuning into Bond Court. I want to continue posting Bond Court every night on YouTube, but the viewership and engagement on my channel has fallen off a cliff. I would greatly appreciate your help by hitting the like button and leaving a comment on my videos. Thank you and enjoy the show.
All right, next is Sean Michael Baggett.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Baggett is here for an offense of driving while license suspended. The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit, time served. Mr. Baggett would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, thank you. Sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
Sean Michael Baggett.
Okay, Mr. Baggett, have you read through a plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
No, ma'am.
You're not?
Voluntarily, yes.
Okay. Is anyone forcing you to do this?
No.
Okay, I just want to make that clear. All right, are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
I understand.
Then to the charge of driving while license suspended, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 5 days that you've served in the Orange County Jail. On this charge, I'll release you as to this charge, order that you pay court costs. I'll give you 1 year to pay those. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Okay?
Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir. Please don't drive without a license.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Okay, we have David Manuel Moreno, 2022 CT 1463AW.
He's medical. I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, then we need a court date for him.
Division 61, pre-trial conference, October 14th at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Brent Joseph Balabas, 2021 MM6927AO.
Medical. I will waive and enter a plea of not. Which one is it? VOP denial.
Okay, and he needs a VOP date in Division 84.
VOP status October 24th at 8:30, courtroom 4.
All right, Brandon Marquis Banks, 2022 MM5202AO. Okay. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name for the record? Okay, sir, you are represented by the Public Defender's Office. You're here for an arraignment on the charge of trespass upon grounds or facilities of a school after warning, a first-degree misdemeanor.
And Your Honor, there was an offer from the state to resolve the case with an adjudication of guilt, credit, time served, no return to 36 West Pine Street. There is also a cost of investigation in the amount of $57 to UCF Police Department. And Mr. Banks would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest. Just
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, she did.
All right, sir, have you read through a plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
I wasn't. I was just transit at the moment.
Okay, and do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation? All right, then to the charge of trespass on grounds or facility of a school after warning, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 37 days that you have served on this, 37 days time served on this charge. I will release you as to this charge. I'm ordering that you not return to 36 West Pine Street, the UCF campus, all right? They've trespassed you. I'm ordering you, so that would be a violation. That'd be a contempt violation, and also they've trespassed you, that'd be a new charge. You don't want either one of those, okay? All right. Ordering costs of investigation of $57 payable to UCF Police Department, and court costs. I'm going to reduce the court costs to a civil judgment. I'm going to give you 1 year to pay off the $57 to UCF Police Department. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Okay, I wish you luck, sir, okay? All right, Anthony Harris.
I guess he was temporary. Outside medical.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, then we need a court date. Let's see, it's competency hearing previously set on 10/17. So- That would be good. Okay, Carl Lewis Lovett.
Mr. Lovett is medical.
And I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, we need a court date for him in Division 81.
Division 81, pre-trial conference, October 14th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 16.
All right, Christopher Lozada.
Also medical.
And I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Court date Division 63.
Pre-trial conference, October 4th at 1 o'clock, courtroom 10.
All right, Arthur Riley. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name for the record?
Arthur McNair Riley.
Okay, Mr. Riley, you are here for an arraignment on a charge of battery, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. And the Public Defender's Office was previously appointed.
And I will enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, and we need a court date for Division 84.
Pre-trial conference, September 29th at 8:45, courtroom 4.
Okay, your attorney will be out to see you soon, okay? Thank you. All right, Jose Rodriguez Vega.
Medical.
And I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, we need a court date in Division 81.
Pre-trial conference, October 14th at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Jesse Earl Williams.
Medical.
And I will waive and enter denial, Your Honor.
Okay, we need a VOP.
Division 50, VOP status, October 17th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E.
Timothy Woods.
He's medical.
And I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor. I mean denial, sorry. Division 81, VOP status, October 17th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 16.
Okay. These. Okay. Who do we have here?
This is Isaiah Hill.
Who is this?
Isaiah Hill.
Isaiah Hill.
What happened to him?
Mental health.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Robert Anthony White.
Mental health.
Okay, I reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him.
Your Honor, I would ask that he be screened for mental health pretrial release, or I would ask for a $50 bond. He has been deemed incompetent in four cases already. So I'm just asking for a $50 bond or mental health pretrial release if he qualifies.
Okay, I'll order that he be screened for mental health release, pretrial release. And in the alternative, I'll set a bond of $100.
I still ask for a no return, Your Honor.
And no return. Thank you. All right. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
Anthony Hill.
Okay, Mr. Hill, you are here for initial appearance. You were arrested and charged with state misdemeanors as well as failure to provide an identification after warning. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Is there an offer in this case?
There is, Your Honor. However, I have concerns.
Okay, so then,
I would ask for a bond or mental health pretrial release if he qualifies.
I'll order that you be screened for mental health pretrial release. In the alternative, on count one, set a bond of $100, and on count two, also $100. Okay. That's all?
Also a no return, Your Honor. The state misdemeanor is a trespass.
And no return. Excuse me. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Lonnie J. Brummett.
Okay, Mr. Brummett, you were arrested and charged with possession of drug paraphernalia as well as grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I have reviewed the charges. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you, and I will set a bond on the possession of drug paraphernalia of $500, on the grand theft motor vehicle, $2,500. And with the special condition, you have no contact with the named victim in the case. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Moses Jamosa, good afternoon.
Is it Mr. Jermosin? Okay. All right, sir, you are here. Is he here on all these cases or just the one?
Just the grand theft.
Okay. You are here on 2022 CF 10389. It's a grand theft third degree between 10 and 20,000. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And I will set a bond in the amount of $2,000 on that charge. And that is all. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Matthew Glover.
Okay, Mr. Glover, you were arrested on a warrant and charged with human trafficking for commercial sexual activity of a child under 18, which is a life felony, as well as use of a two-way communication device, which is a third-degree felony. This was, probable cause was found by the judge that issued the warrant. On count one, the human trafficking, that is a punishable by life offense. Therefore, I'm going to hold you on no bond for that. On the two-way communication device, I've set bond at $1,000. Also, the condition is that you have no contact with the named victim in the case and that you have no unsupervised contact with any minors. Okay, and then does he have the second case or just the first one?
Just that one, yeah.
Just that one, all right. Okay, sir.
Well, ma'am, I was arrested on the marijuana charge. I never got arrested for that. I've been incarcerated for like 31 days.
Sir, a warrant was served on you, okay, based on information. Okay, I will also appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Do you have an affidavit I can have? Or
I
something?
do have an affidavit. I don't know that you can have it.
Call the attorney. It's expensive, so they're gonna have to go through it in detail.
So today is the day that I'm being arrested on it, or is it?
You were arrested on this yesterday.
If they have, this is all the evidence that they attach. You're gonna go through all of that. It's a ton. You don't have time to go through all of it, but it's enough. It's not me.
Excuse me?
They're starting to talk about everything. You don't have to, these are exhibits.
I'll give you about one more minute there while I sign this.
Have to call and speak with you.
So the person behind him is Spanish?
No. Seriousness of it. And people's information. Yes.
Kind of day. All right. Okay. We need Spanish interpreter. And how many are Spanish? Three. Okay. Just like to give the interpreter a heads up.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
All right, good afternoon. It appears we have three initial appearance that require a Spanish interpreter. The first.
Thank you, Your Honor. If you allow me just a moment to confirm that the defendant is able to hear through the headsets, please.
Okay.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm this defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Okay, and for your purposes, the case number is 2022 MM529AW.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, ma'am, could you tell me your name?
Sabrina Prado Tovar.
Sabrina Prado Tovar.
Okay, Ms. Prado Tobar, You were arrested and charged with petty theft with a prior petty theft conviction. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and I will set a bond in the amount of $1,000 with the condition of the bond that you not return to where this occurs and that, well, okay, where this occurred. Ma'am, you're also currently out on a, she out on an ROR or a pretrial release?
She was in pretrial diversion, Your Honor.
Oh. Anyway, you're currently out on another case, which is 2022 CF 4604B, which is a grand theft. At this time, I'm going to revoke your prior release, and I will set a bond in the amount of $2,500 for that matter. Okay. And that is all. She asked for 50? I said 100. I did 100, yeah. If the bond's 50, they make you pay the same premium anyway. So. The next case is 2022 CF 10449AO.
No escucho nada.
Your Honor, I'm not getting a response from this defendant. I'm going to attempt a couple of more times. Your Honor, this defendant is not responding to the headsets.
No escucho nada.
Just a minute, we're trying another pair.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Este yo escucho, este sí yo escucho. Este no escucha nada, este sí yo escucho todo.
Your Honor, the defendant's mumbling something about not being able to hear, but I can't quite make out what he's saying, Judge.
Okay. They're trying another headset on him.
But he might have to go to the house to hear that, because that's just
Ahora sí.
Bueno, usted me escucha.
Sí, ahora sí.
Your Honor, the defendant is stating that he is now able to hear.
Okay, I think he has a headset for people who are hard of hearing on. Okay. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
Caballero, por favor, dígame su nombre para que conste en actas, despacito y en voz alta, por favor.
Guido Gambiracio.
Señor, necesito que hable fuerte, no murmure, acérquese al micrófono, por favor.
Guido Gambiracio.
Your Honor, my apologies. I'm having issues being able to hear this defendant. I've asked him twice to speak up, but he seems to be mumbling. I'm going to ask him one more time, Your Honor. Señor, necesito que me hable fuerte, claramente en el micrófono. Por favor, dígame su nombre, por favor.
Guido. Guido. Gambiracio es Gambiracio.
Señor. Necesito que si usted me va a deletrear su nombre, que me hable despacio. Your Honor, I'm asking the defendant, he's spelling his name instead of saying his name, but he's spelling it very quickly and the interpreter's not able to write it down. I'm asking him to please slow down if he's going to spell his name. Señor, por favor, si usted va a deletrear su nombre, necesito que me lo haga despacito. Repita, por favor.
Okay, Guido. Guido con G.
Su apellido, por favor.
Gambiracio.
¿Me lo puede deletrear despacito, por favor?
G Guillermo, A, M de mamá, B de bebé, I, R, A, Z, I, O.
Repita, señor, le pido por favor, despacito, su apellido.
I'd like to get
sorry, Your Honor.
this. Sir,
I understand, Your Honor. If you have the information, then that's fine. I'm just trying to get it for the court.
okay, his name is Guido Gambiracio.
If you could be kind enough to spell that for the benefit of the interpreter, please.
Gambirazo.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. My apologies.
It's okay. All right, sir, you were arrested and charged with possession of cocaine.
Señor, usted fue arrestado debido a un cargo de posesión de cocaína.
Okay, I've reviewed this. I find probable cause and will appoint the public defender's office.
He revisado el acta acusatoria y determino que existen indicios razonables. Voy a asignar las oficinas al defensor público para que lo represente.
Okay,
No tengo médico.
I don't have a doctor.
well, I'm sorry about that. Sir, you qualify for pretrial release, which does not require you to post any money to get out of jail.
Señor, yo siento eso, pero usted califica para el programa de libertad provisional que no exige dinero para que usted pueda salir de la cárcel.
So I'm,
Está bien.
I'm fine.
okay, and we're going to release you on pretrial release.
Lo vamos a liberar bajo el programa de libertad provisional.
I've appointed the public defender's office. They're giving you some information. You should contact their office after you're released.
Voy a designar las oficinas del defensor público. Ellos le van a proporcionar a usted información. Por favor, contáctelos a ellos después que usted lo liberen.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
No.
¿Condiciones, su señoría? No.
Sí, lo escucho.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm this defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
All right, sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
Osman Daniel. Osman Daniel Cerrato Bejarano. Bejarano.
Osman Daniel Cerrato de Jarano.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a firearm, open carrying of a weapon or firearm, and unlawful discharge of a firearm. I've reviewed this. I find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And I'm setting bond on count 1 in the amount of $10,000, count 2, $1,000, count 3, $1,000. Special conditions are that you are to have no contact with the named victim. You are to not return to where this occurred. And you are to possess no weapons or firearms. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, that is all.
Your Honor, can you also advise the defendant has an immigration hold?
Sir, you also have an immigration hold. Thank you.
Your Honor, the interpreter could respectfully request the case number for this last defendant, please.
It is 22 CF 10450AO.
Thank you, Your Honor. Does the court require any further assistance from the interpreter?
I think we're good.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a very nice afternoon.
You too, thank you. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Darrell.
Okay, is it DuPont, the last name? All right. Mr. DuPont, you were arrested and charged with trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And I'll set bond.
Your Honor, the offer from the state was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 4104 Millennium Boulevard. Mr. DuPont would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. Sir, have you read through the plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea? Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily? Is anyone making you do this against your will? I need to hear clearly what you're saying.
Oh, no.
Okay. Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense? And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation? Are you a U.S. citizen? Then that doesn't really apply to you, okay? All right, and to the charge of trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance, how do you wish to plea?
No contact.
No contest. I'll accept the plea, find you're entering the plea freely and voluntarily. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail. I will release you as to this charge. I'm ordering that you not return to 4101 Millennia Boulevard, Orlando, Florida. Also that you pay court costs, but I'll reduce those to a civil judgment, meaning it's a debt out there that you owe, but you're not on a time schedule to pay that. Do you understand? Okay. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Johnson, you were arrested and charged with loitering and prowling. And I've reviewed this and I do find probable cause for that count. And I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you in this matter. And I'm going to set a bond in the amount of $500 with the special condition that you not return to where this occurred, which I believe is the Racket Club in Winter Park. And that is all.
VOPs, probation.
Violent felony offender. I think it's the violent felony offender. They usually hold them for 2 days.
Yeah,
Or is it
no, he was saying he wasn't on probation, but you are. It's right here, petty theft, third conviction, still open until May of next year. So you can't, so it's clear.
I was ready.
Your Honor, Vincent Johnson is mental health. And I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, I will appoint the public defender. I find probable cause for the charges of criminal mischief and resisting an officer without violence. And I will set bond on the criminal mischief in the amount of $500 and on the resisting without violence, $100. With the special condition that I have no contact with the named victim in the case. Any other conditions, State?
No return to the area, Your Honor. I believe this started at the Citgo, may have ended at the Wawa.
Okay, and no return to where this happened. We have Nicholas Jones. Okay. Omar Lameda Romero. Okay.
Omar José Lameda Romero.
Okay. You speak English?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sir, could you tell me your name for the record again?
Omar José Lameda Romero.
Okay. Then you were arrested and charged with resisting an officer without violence. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter. I will appoint the public defender to represent you, and I will set bond in the amount of $500. Certainly, sir, you're currently out on PTR in Osceola for a no valid driver's license. However, I'm not going to do anything with that situation. I could revoke that and require you to post a bond. I'm not going to do that, all right? Okay. And if I haven't already, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Are you all talking about this case right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
She is further negotiating.
Yes.
Okay.
There was an offer to resolve, with a withhold credit time served. And he would like to accept it as a plea of no contest, and in exchange, I would ask that you take no action, being that he is pleading to the resisting, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll do that. Sir, have you read through the plea form, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
The paper you signed?
Yes. Did you read this? Or have you read one before? It's a plea form.
Yeah, everything I said.
Okay. She told me.
Okay. Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Excuse me.
Is anyone forcing you to enter this plea, or are you doing it voluntarily?
Forcing me. I'm doing by myself.
Okay. Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No.
Okay. Were you on any sort of probation, criminal probation at the time of this offense? And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation? And to the charge of resisting an officer without violence, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily, and I will withhold adjudication, give you credit for the time that you've served here in the Orange County Jail, release you as to this charge, order that you pay court costs, and I will give you a year to pay those off. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Please stay out of trouble. Okay, I find probable cause on the trespass after warning. I'll appoint the public defender.
Your Honor, based on the arrest affidavit, the officer noted which one is this? Marceline? Oh, it's showing male. That he was making random statements. Additionally, in our case, we have comp concerns, so I would ask that you have him screened for mental health pretrial release on the trespass or a bond, given that he was acting weird as well with the officers for the trespass case.
Okay, I'll order that he be screened for mental health PTR. And in the alternative, I will set a bond of $500. I'm going to take no action on the 2 cases that he's currently out on.
And I will waive his appearance. I don't know if I said that.
Okay. All right.
And I would ask for a no return, Your Honor.
In order that he not return to,
Circle K, 6949 Silver Star Road.
all right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Mr. Mons, you were arrested and charged with resisting an officer without violence. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, I would ask for a $500 bond and that you take no action on the out on bond. When he picked up the resisting an officer without, he was actually scheduled for an eval with our office yesterday when he was arrested. So I would just ask that you set a $500 bond and take no action on the out on bond.
Okay, I'll set bond in the amount of $500. I'm going to take no action on 2021 CF 6223AO. Okay. And that's all.
Because of this, you had to be seen. Now you can't. Now it's clear.
All right. Sir, could you tell me your name, please?
Norman, Eddie Northrop.
Okay, Mr. Northrup, you were arrested and charged with petty theft of $100 or more at the Publix. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. And I'm going to set a bond in the amount of $1,000. Okay.
No return, Your Honor.
And no return to the Publix where this occurred.
You're gonna have too much of a.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Erin O'Hara.
Okay, Ms. O'Hara, you are here on a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. I reviewed this. I do find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
at this time, the state, with regard to 22 MM 6146, possession of drug paraphernalia, announces they know information.
Okay. Then I will release you as to this charge. The state's not going to file a charge on that, okay?
Your Honor, because of that, the officer did an on-view. I did speak to the state. They have no objection. I would just ask that you set a bond on the VOP. Given the officer did an on-view and you can set a bond, Your Honor.
So there wasn't a VOP filed somewhere else? This was an on-view?
No, it was an on-view, Your Honor.
Okay. Then I'll set a bond in the amount of $250.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Fernando Perez.
Okay, Mr. Perez, you were arrested and charged with resisting an officer without violence. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And are you talking to him about resolution or no?
No, Your Honor. He does not have a criminal history, so I would ask for pretrial release. He probably qualifies for pretrial diversion, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to release you on pretrial release. State, are you seeking any conditions?
No, not for
Okay.
resisting, Your Honor.
All right, that is all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, wait, I do apologize, Your Honor. I'd like it to be a no return to that Walmart where this incident took place.
No, pending the outcome of this case, no return to that Walmart, okay? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I've reviewed this. I find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office. And I will set a bond in the amount of $500.
Could we do 500 or mental health pretrial release? If you look, there was also, he has mental health history here on his face sheet, Your Honor. And his statements to the officer was weird. So I would just ask that he be screened for mental health pretrial release as well.
Okay, $500 or mental health PTR, if he qualifies. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay. You were arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. I reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter, and
The offer, Your Honor, from the state was a withhold of adjudication and credit time served. Mr. Robinson would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
all right. Have you read through a plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into this plea?
Yes,
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense? And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation? Okay, then, to the charge of disorderly conduct, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the time that you've served on this case, and I will release you as to this case. I'm also ordering court costs. I'll reduce them to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Good luck to you.
Your Honor, Basil Safter, bonded.
Okay. We have Dustin Harris. Okay. All right. Could you tell me your name for the record?
Dustin Harris.
Okay, Mr. Harris, you were arrested and charged with driving under the influence with a
Probably not going to.
blood alcohol level of over 0.2. I reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter. I will set bond in the amount of $500. Are you seeking the public defender, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And he qualifies? I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And special condition of your bond, do not drive without a valid driver's license. Do you understand? Okay. That's a good way to end up sitting here with no bond. Okay?
Have just a moment, Your Honor.
Yes. I put it at 500.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's the number?
Madam Clerk, I apologize. I was distracted. What happened with Vasil Safta? It was a,
Bonded.
it was a county ordinance case?
Disorderly conduct, he bonded.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Paige Hartshorn.
Okay, Ms. Hartshorn, you're here for a failure to appear. Let's see.
Yes, ma'am.
There was an offer to resolve the, it's a no valid driver's license with a withhold credit time served. And, you said Hartshorn? Ms. Hartshorn would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay, that'll be cheaper than her bond was going to be.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. So you'll go home.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, to get your license.
So, ma'am, have you read through this plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense? And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then to the charge of no valid driver's license, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will withhold adjudication, give you credit for the
4 days.
4 days that you've served here in the Orange County Jail. I'll release you as to this charge. I'm ordering court costs, and I will give you 1 year to pay that. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Okay, good luck to you. Please do not drive without a valid driver's license.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Sean Metellus.
Okay, Mr. Metellus, you are here on a charge of driving under the influence with an unlawful blood alcohol level of 0.08. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and I will set bond in the amount of $500. The special condition that you not drive without a valid driver's license. Okay. You are also currently out on, is it bond?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. You're currently out on bond on a possession of cannabis with intent to sell and deliver, possession of cannabis, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm revoking that bond.
I would ask that you not take any action. He was arrested back in June. To date, no information has been filed on any of those charges, and we're in September, so I'd ask that you take no action.
State?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
He was arrested June 15th. Formal charges have not been filed.
Okay. Well, sir, that's the only thing keeping your bond from being revoked. So I'm going to take no action on that case because I haven't filed any charges on that, all right? In the meantime, you can post a bond on this DUI, but if you drive without a valid driver's license, you're going to end up sitting in jail without a bond. Do you understand? Okay, good luck to you, sir. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Oh,
Mr. Ortiz. Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with possession of drug paraphernalia as well as driving while license suspended. Okay, I reviewed that. I do find probable cause, and I will set bond on the drug paraphernalia at 1,000 and on the driving while license suspended at 500. You are currently on probation. You got a stipulated downward departure back in June of this year that placed you on probation. This charge on its face violates that. So I am going to set no bond on your violation of probation, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you on all of this. Okay, that is all. Timothy Faulkner.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, I will, it's a failure to appear. I'll stay the bond. Stay the bond at 1,000.
Something's gonna happen today. You gotta go back before that. I don't know.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Jessica Williams.
Okay, Ms. Williams, you are here on a failure to appear on 2022 CT 28AA. And what is the bond? Okay. Okay, it's a failure to appear, and the judge set you at no bond. I will stay the no bond status. And do you have the public defender already?
I have a lawyer. He came up last night and he was supposed to meet me here now.
Okay, well, he's not. So I don't think it would really make a difference, but I'm staying the no bond status. He's going to have to take you before the judge that issued that warrant, okay? Thank you. We have Don Allen.
Okay, so.
All right, ma'am, could you tell me your name for the record?
On DAWN, Allen, ALLEN.
Okay. Ma'am, you were arrested and charged with grand theft third degree between $700 and $5,000. Count 2 is possession of methamphetamine. Count 3 is possession of prozolam. Count 4 is possession of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed this and I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And on the grand theft third degree, I will set bond in the amount of $1,000 on the possession of methamphetamine. I will raise the bond to $500 on the possession of a prozolam, raise the bond to $500. And the drug paraphernalia, I'll stay the bond at $100. And I appointed the public defender. I think I did. All right. That's all.
Your Honor, if I could also get a no return?
And no return. Okay. Yes.
C or S?
All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Bates. Baker. Okay, Mr. Bates is next after you. So, Mr. Baker, you were arrested and charged with possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell, possession of cocaine with intent to sell, attempted destruction of evidence, as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in these matters. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. On count 1, possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell, I'm setting bond at $15,000. On count 2, possession of cocaine with intent to sell, setting bond at $5,000. On attempted destruction of evidence, setting bond at $500, and possession of drug paraphernalia, setting bond at $500.
In Your Honor, as to his out on bond, I would ask that you take no action. In 2022 CF 5488AO, he was arrested August 1st. To date, no information has been filed. The state filed a notice of non-filing before the 30th day. And then in 2022 CF 8425AO, he was arrested July 20th, and to date, no information has been filed. The driving while license suspended in 2022 CT 829AW was filed. However, they're unrelated charges. So in all cases, I would ask that you take no action.
State?
Defense is correct, Your Honor. The drug charges have not been formally charged on. The driving while license suspended has been filed on. He has a status hearing set of tomorrow.
Okay, well, if he has a status hearing tomorrow, then I'm going to leave it to that judge to do something. So I'm going to take no action on the cases that you're currently out on bond for, sir. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Daniel Bates.
So, Mr. Bates? Okay, Mr. Bates, you were arrested and charged with possession of MDMA as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and on the possession of MDMA charge, I will set bond in the amount of $1,000. On the drug paraphernalia, I'll set bond in the amount of $100. And I will appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Freddie Brown refused.
Okay.
And I will waive, Your Honor.
On Freddie Brown, he's charged with possession of cocaine, possession of cannabis, and he has a failure to appear. On the failure to appear, Judge Bigney set him at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status. On possession of cocaine, I'll set the bond at $1,000. On the possession of cannabis, set the bond at $500, and I will appoint the public defender to represent him. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. Cavero? Okay, Mr. Cavero, you were arrested and charged with possession of cocaine. I reviewed this. I do find probable cause. And I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I will set bond in the amount of $1,000. And that is all. Okay, thank you.
100. Call the bill.
No, but I had 100 years.
Let them know. Oh, the V.
Okay. Well, let's,
Judge, we would request for her to be back here. We need,
Jessica Williams on her failure to appear.
apologize for my tardiness, Judge. I thought we were 1 o'clock and I,
Well, you're not tardy, so if she's still there, can we get her back?
Give me a few moments.
Okay, we'll recall it.
I can stand down for a second, Judge. Thank you.
Your Honor, Dylan refused.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, on Dylan Daly, probable cause was found for the warrants. I will stay all the bonds that were set in the warrants. Make no changes. Special condition that he have no contact with any of the named victims in the cases.
And I will waive.
Actually, I need to back up. On Dylan Daly, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him, so. Who is it? Delgado? Okay.
She moved the addresses.
All right, I find probable cause, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office, and on his resisting without violence, I'll set bond at 500. Criminal mischief, set bond at 100, and on his failure to appear in 2021 CF 9284AO, I will state the no bond status. That's all. Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
John Haywood.
Hey, Mr. Haywood, you were arrested and charged with criminal mischief. in 2022 MM6119AO. And also charged with throwing a deadly missile into an occupied vehicle and criminal mischief, and that's in 2022 CF 10438AO. I reviewed these. I do find probable cause in all counts. And as to the throwing a deadly missile into an occupied vehicle, I'll set bond in the amount of $2,500. The criminal mischief accompanying that case, set bond at $1,000. The criminal mischief in 2022 MM6119AO, set bond at $1,000. Special condition that you have no contact with any of the named victims in the case. Any other conditions state?
I think there should be a no return.
No return.
So I'm just trying to make sure.
It appears you're on a felony probation in Pinellas County. I'm not going to do anything with that, but I would expect a VOP coming your way there pretty soon. All right. And I will appoint the public defender here.
Your Honor, we have Sierra Joe with us, counsel.
What's the last name?
Sierra, Your Honor. Sierra.
Okay. All right.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Carlos Pius on behalf of Mr. Sierra, who stands to my right. Judge, we're asking for a reduction in bonds in counts 1 and 2. Count 1 currently stands at $100,000. I would be respectfully requesting that to be reduced to $50,000. In count 2, it's currently at $10,000. We're respectfully requesting that to be reduced to $5,000. I'm already involved in the case. I filed my notice of appearance. He is not at risk of flight. He's resided in Orange County for over 16 years, has employment. Once he is released, we'll be able to go back to employment. I'm in the case for the long haul, and he is not at risk of flight.
State?
Your Honor, I am double checking, but I do believe that 100,000 is per the bond schedule. I would also note, Your Honor, his history, including 2 FTAs, the latest being in 2016. So I would ask that the bond remain as is, Your Honor.
Okay. I reviewed this, and I don't see a reason to reduce his bond, so I'm going to stay the bond in the amounts as listed. They are the...
Would you at least be inclined to reduce count 2, Your Honor?
Excuse me?
Would you be at least inclined to reduce count 2, which is 10,000, maybe just bring that down to 1,000? You're going to leave count 1?
I will bring that down to 1,000. Okay, so the possession of cannabis with intent to distribute, I'll set at 1,000. Everything else to remain the same. And probable cause was previously found. And that's all. Okay, thank you.
Afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Did not realize you had lucked out for the docket today.
Hmm?
I didn't know you had lucked out for duty today.
It's my week.
Oh,
So
okay.
I did luck out because it's a 4-day week, so.
That is,
And then I have the next 4-day week. So,
well, that's pretty perfect.
so.
I
it's
think
a-
you worked that out perfectly.
It was not my doing, but just luck of the draw. So what can I help you with, sir?
Well, Judge, we're here on kind of an extraordinary circumstance. Ms. Williams has no bond on a failure to appear warrant that Judge Bigney had issued. I think it was August 24th, if I remember correctly. The problem here, Judge, is Ms. Williams never got notice of that court date. She had been on pretrial diversion. She has absolutely no history, as her booking sheet indicates. She's never been through the system before. She's essentially uninitiated. So this case is her first bite at the system here. And Last night was pretty traumatic for her sitting in jail. She did not know about the court date that she had missed because she had moved after being put on pretrial diversion. For whatever reason, she's revoked from that program. She was issued a court date to appear to, but because she was not at the address that the notice was sent to, she never got notice. So she received a call from her bail bondsman a couple days after the warrant was issued. She immediately hired us. We immediately filed a motion to quash the capias. That was last week, I believe, or early this month. Because the state attorney was not in the office last week, we weren't able to push that through, and they're pretty quick coming to pick her up on that warrant. They got her within 7 days of us filing that motion to quash. So now we're stuck in this predicament where she's on no bond. She already had to spend a night in jail. I know it was very, very difficult for her. This is not one of our typical clients that's in and out of the system here. This is the first time she's ever been here. And
Okay.
Judge, the problem for us is the facts don't support the FTA no bond hold. I understand it was Judge Bigney who wrote the warrant, and we have to do something to get her out today, whether it's a bond set or if we need to resolve the case, if we can call Judge Bigney, whatever you're willing to do, we're willing to do. We need to get this nipped in the bud.
Okay. Based on more information provided by you, and I see that a motion to quash was filed a week ago and probably should have been acted on one way or another. I'm going to go ahead and set a bond in the amount of $500.
Your Honor, the state objects. As stated by defense, Ms. Williams was in the pretrial diversion program. She was revoked from that because she did not show up for the, I believe it is the intake. And that has been going on since May, Your Honor. And she was in contact with the program. It was set by Judge Bigney, who is usually quite liberal about these things, but she set it at a no bond. I would ask that it be stayed at a no bond, Your Honor, and that they go back to Judge Bigney. In addition, as you were well aware, when the judge is out here, they do hear those hearings, bond motions, quash, what have you. They hear them out here. Judge Bigney was out here last week, so it could have been heard at that time.
Okay. Be that as it may, and I'll deal with Judge Bigney. I don't have a problem with that, and I am going to go ahead and set bond in the amount of $500. And we're going to give you a court date. I don't know Judge Bigney's schedule. Do you have any idea what that might be?
Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated, Judge. Enjoy the rest of your docket.
Ma'am, make sure you show up for that next court date. You cannot ignore this. It will not go away. All right. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Howard, you are here on a charge of sex offender violation, providing false registration. Let's see. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter. Sir, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,000 with a special condition. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender, set bond at $1,000 with a special condition that you register correctly within 72 hours of your release. You need to stay registered. I know it's not easy because you don't appear to have a solid address, but I am going to go ahead and set you a bond. All right? Thank you. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Andres Javich.
Okay, Mr. Javich, you were arrested and charged with aggravated stalking with a credible threat. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Sir, I'm going to set bond in this in the amount of $100,000. Special conditions, you are to have no contact in any manner with any named victim in this case.
Can I have the victims' names?
I don't have those names. So,
Your Honor, again, I would object arguing that that's tantamount to no bond at all. Setting it at 100,000. Would you consider at least reducing it to 50? I understand he has the other unserved issues going on. However, 100,000, based on his limited criminal history, seems to be excessive.
well, I disagree. So I'm setting it at $100,000. No contact with any of the named victims in this case. And I've appointed the public defender to represent you. That's all.
He wants the named victim.
Yes, sir.
I don't know the name of the victims.
There's more than one.
There is no name.
Well, I've not been provided a name. I can give you a description. A scientist and public figure on the Weather Channel and Fox Weather. So, don't contact any weather people.
He does not have a name listed. You don't see a name either?
No, there's 3 victims and it doesn't have a name for any of them.
Well, I'm not going to be able to order no contact to nobody. So, anyway, I am setting a $100,000 bond. Any conditions, any additional conditions the state may want at a later date?
Yeah.
They can do a motion to modify. Okay? That's all. In front of Judge Bleckman. That's where this is. I have to Jacqueline Mantilla. What's your name?
Johnny Johnson.
Johnny Johnson.
It's an FTA,
Ah.
Your Honor.
Okay.
No, it's a felony. They don't involve them.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you were arrested on a failure to appear warrant. Let's see. And for some reason, I just scribbled out my notes that I had, so I don't know what that means. Apparently, you failed to appear on August 26th, they're saying, and the judge set you a new $1,000 bond. I will stay the $1,000 bond amount. Okay. Do you already have the public defender? Or,
Over August 26th.
Actually, he may be the victim, so okay, yeah.
okay.
Thank you. Let me confirm that.
What about the 26th?
I had COVID during August 26th.
Did you let the judge know?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if you would have called the judge's office and let them know that you had COVID on the 26th, they probably would not have issued the warrant, sir.
I just got out of the hospital 2 days ago, ma'am.
Sir, I'm gonna stay the new $1,000 bond, okay? You can contact the judge. Thank you. Right, Mantilla? Is he the victim?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is a failure to appear. Is he a victim of a failure to appear? Oh, he's the victim of the underlying crime. This case has been going on for more than a year.
He felt he still had to.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Jacqueline Mantilla.
Okay, Ms. Mantilla, you're here on a failure to appear. You had a court date on August 10th that you did not appear at, and the judge issued a warrant for your arrest, forfeited your bond, and set you at no bond? Okay. And this was a circuit judge, Judge Barber. So there's nothing I can do about this, so I'm going to go ahead and stay your no bond status, and I can appoint the public defender to represent you. Do you already have an attorney? It looks like you already have them.
No, I don't have an attorney yet.
Okay, well, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I'm going to stay the no bond because she's a circuit judge, and this is her order, and I cannot change that, so.
Do you have an idea as to when I'll be seen by the circuit judge?
Will she be getting a new court date? Judge Barber, Division 16. Well, I'm appointing the public defender, and you can have your attorney set up a new court date, okay? And also write a letter to Judge Barber if you want to do that.
Okay.
I understand that the named victim in the case is here, but as far as this warrant, anything he says is not going to have any relevance. I can't do anything about your bond, okay?
So even if you wanted to go ahead and drop the charges, you wouldn't be able to?
That, not here in this courtroom, that's not
Oh, okay.
where this happens, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, Keith Markman refused.
And I will waive if you appoint your own.
All right, I find probable cause for the petty theft, 2 priors, and I will appoint the public defender. I'll stay the $1,000 bond, order that he not return to where this occurred. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Ayana Morrison.
Okay, Ms. Morrison, you were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a firearm. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter. And I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay. And we have somebody who wants to speak. Can he be sworn in?
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Octavius Cooks.
State, do you have any questions?
Good afternoon,
Is this a victim in the case?
No, ma'am.
He's a witness in the case.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Then no, I have no questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Just briefly, sir, what is it you'd like to say?
Basically, this is my girlfriend, and the victim is my son, mother. With my.
I can't really hear you very well.
I say the victim is my son, mother. This is Ayana Morrison. This is my girlfriend. We went down there to get a restraining order put on Miss White and her sister. It got denied. So I'm trying to figure out like what's the best solution because we got denied because we've been stalking, like we've been getting stalked.
Okay. Well, I can't really advise you on that right now. Okay. So, but thank you for your input. You can talk to the state attorney's office after the fact, but I can't advise you from the bench, sir. All right, ma'am. On the aggravated assault with a firearm, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $3,500 with special conditions that you have no contact with the named victim, that you possess no weapons, that you not return to the scene where this occurred. Okay. And I've appointed the public defender to represent you. All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Angela Marie Natal Guzman.
Okay, Ms. Natal Guzman, you're here on a failure to appear.
Yes, ma'am. I thought it was later this week.
Okay. Do you have the paperwork? So you have a failure to appear here. Issued by Judge Wilson,
Tanya.
and she set you at no bond. It says you failed to appear for pre-trial conference on August 15th. And she set you at no bond, specifically saying bond is not to be modified. She's a circuit court judge. I'm a county court judge. I cannot do anything on that, so I'm going to stay the no bond status. Do you already have an attorney, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. She has
Okay, you're already represented by the public defender's office. Okay? That's all. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Richard, no.
Mr. No, you're here on a failure to appear. Paperwork. And this is on a charge of possession of methamphetamine. The judge, you failed to appear for trial management conference on April 27th of this year. The judge set you at no bond. I will stay the no bond status. Do you already have an attorney, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, he's
Okay.
represented by the PD.
All right, that's all. Thank you. You have Eddie Rhodes. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
My name is Tyler Samuel Rhodes. Honestly, my ID over there in holding has it as my proper name. Honestly, Eddie Rhodes is my brother.
Okay. We have an AKA Tyler Samuel Rhodes, Eddie James Rhodes. Okay.
Honestly, Eddie James Rhodes is a different person. Honestly, he's a little bit older than me.
Okay. Are you requesting an identification hearing? Maybe we can roll his prints?
They did his print.
His print cleared, Your Honor. But this is his case. He was arrested on a failure to appear before on April the 24th. So it's his case, Your Honor.
Okay, so the person standing here is the person related to this case?
Yes.
All right. Sir, you have a failure to appear for July 28th of this year for a trial management. The judge revoked your release and
Yes,
set you
ma'am,
at no
honestly.
bond, and I'm going to stay the no bond status because I don't have the power to do anything else, sir.
Honestly, I was at another court hearing at that time. Honestly, whenever that was, honestly, I was over there at a court hearing over there in Hernando County.
Okay, sir, that was over 6 weeks ago. You call your attorney and you deal with it, then you
Yes,
don't wait
I
6
tried,
weeks.
but he never responded.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
John Henry Roberts Jr.
Okay. Are we here on all these cases?
Just the 10435 case.
So the top one, all right. Sir, you were arrested and charged with grand theft third degree. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter, and I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I will stay the $2,500 bond in order that you not return to where this occurred. And that is all.
Where is the offense? What
Where is this
location?
one?
And the date, if possible?
All right. Sunglass Hut, 4th of July,
Okay, thank you.
on iDrive. Okay? You knew that. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Mario Damon Snell.
Okay, Mr. Snell, you are here on failure to appear on two separate cases, 2022 CF 5132 AO and 2021 CF 12728 AO. Let's see. On the 12728. First appearance information, failure to appear.
was there. I wasn't
I was gonna say, this is yesterday.
Yes. I was there.
Judge Harris issued a warrant on September 7th, today September 8th, on a delivery of methamphetamine, set you at no bond. Are we doing both cases or just the one?
Both cases, yeah.
Okay. My guess is because of the new case, he was not cutting you any slack. Okay, and the court minutes on 5132 also indicate a failure to appear, and they've set you at no bond. You're already represented by the Public Defender's Office, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you're going to need to talk to them. I'm going to stay the no bond status. She's a circuit judge. I can't do anything about it, sir. Okay. You need to get back in front of Judge Harris.
Hello, Judge. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
It's Levante Thomas.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, you were arrested and charged with possession of ammunition by a convicted delinquent, as well as possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of cannabis. I reviewed this. I do find probable cause. And I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. On the possession of ammunition by a convicted delinquent, I'm setting bond in the amount of $2,500. Possession of drug paraphernalia, $100. Possession of cannabis, $100, for a total of $2,700. Special condition are that you not possess any weapons per your delinquent status. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. That's all. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Tyshawn Markey Thomas.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, you are here on a charge of trespass on a designated construction site. I reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Okay. And on that case, I'll set bond in the amount of $1,000. Sir, you're currently out on bond on a burglary of a dwelling, exposure of sexual organs, as well as attempted burglary of an occupied dwelling. You're set for pre-trial conference on that October 12th, looks like. Sir, at this time, I'm going to revoke that bond. Double your previous bond amounts. I'm not sure what those are.
Just for clarification, Your Honor, they only filed on 2 charges, the burglary of dwelling and the exposure charges.
Okay. And is bond 500 on each of those? Okay, I'll set a new bond in the amount of $1,000 on each of those.
Your Honor, and with regard to the new law, if there could be a no return?
Okay, and sir, the trespass on a designated construction site, your trespass, don't go back there, all right? No return. It's part of your bond. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Donaldson.
Okay. Sir, you are charged with aggravated assault with a firearm. I reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And sir, I'm setting bond in the amount of $3,500. Special conditions are that you have no contact with the named victim in the case. Does he have an immigration hold?
He does.
Okay, and sir, you have an immigration hold, so when I say no contact, that means no phone calls either. Do you understand? Thank you. Well, this is Charles White.
Yes.
You speak English?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, you're charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle, stealing a car. Okay? I've reviewed this and I find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Going to set bond in the amount of $2,500. Special condition, you have no contact with the named victim. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
Grand theft motor vehicle. Wait. My paperwork. This was this was the other guy. I'm talking to Charles White now. We already did Donaldson Wells. That was the young man I just set a bond for. It was the aggravated assault.
With the immigration hold.
With the immigration hold. But I appoint the public defender anyway. Yes. 3,500, no contact.
Immigration hold.
Immigration hold. And Mr. White, 2,500, appointed the public defender. And no contact with the victim. Okay? Sorry, paperwork issue. Is that everybody? All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name for the record?
Reinaldo de Jesus.
Mr. De Jesus, you are here on a new charge of, excuse me? Of violation of pretrial release order regarding dating violence, as well as a charge of battery dating violence. I have reviewed this. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you in each of those cases, and I will set a bond of $1,000 on each of those charges. And special conditions of the bond are that you are to have no contact with the named victim, that you possess no firearms or any weapons, and that you maintain a separate residence. Also, you're currently out on a bond on 2022 MM5370AO, basically with the same victim, and there's a violation of the no contact order in that matter, so I am going to revoke your bond and set you no bond in that case.
So I stay in jail?
Excuse me? All right.
I'm sorry. So,
Yes, sir.
question on the
What's your question?
first, on the first case, the bond is revoked. I have an arraignment on the 15th.
Okay, sir, you have an attorney on that case?
No,
You don't. He does. The public defender's office already represents you on that case, and they represent you on this new case.
I haven't talked to them.
Excuse me?
I haven't talked to them. I don't know anything.
Okay. Sir, all I know is there was an order in place for you to not have any contact. On its face, it appears that there's contact. I'm not asking for any input from you at this point in time. There appears to be a violation of that order, so I'm setting you at no bond. You have an attorney who can address that and take it before the judge where that case is assigned. Okay, thank you. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Cameron Lee Pace.
Okay, Mr. Pace, you are here on a violation of probation on case 2020 CF 7153. Judge Navarro signed a violation warrant and set you at no bond. I will stay the no bond status. Thank you. Okay, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Byron Red.
Oh, and I'm appointing the PD on that case. Thank you. Appreciate you waking me up this morning. Okay, and your name's Byron Red?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Red, you are here, let's see. Are we doing all the cases or just the VOP?
Just the VOP, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're here on a violation of probation on 2021 CF 2026AO. Judge Wilson signed a violation of probation for you and set you at no bond. And I will stay the no bond status and appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Jacoby Estes.
Okay. What's the last name?
Estes.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon, carrying a concealed firearm, possession of drug paraphernalia, as well as possession of cannabis within 1,000 feet of a convenience store business with intent to sell. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause on all of these matters, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, he qualifies for pretrial release. I would ask for pretrial release. He has no convictions. I just see one arrest, but no convictions on his record.
Well, I have a problem with that in that he's not local. He resides in Atlanta.
I reside in Orlando, Florida.
And the pretrial services interviewed him, and he did qualify.
State, do you have any position?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Given there is no state objection, I will release you on pretrial release with special conditions. That you possess no weapons and that you have random drug urinalysis during the period while you're on pretrial release. It's a non-monetary thing, but there are conditions, okay?
And he have a 30-day grace period because of the nature of the drug, Your Honor.
A 30-day grace period, given that it's cannabis.
Thank you. And I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, I find probable cause, appoint the public defender, and I will set bond in the amount of $1,000. The special condition that he not return. Right. Sir?
Bobby Williams.
Okay, Mr. Williams. Let's see. You are here on 3 charges. You were arrested and charged with aggravated child abuse, 2 counts, and neglect of a child, 1 count. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. State, is this a PBL or is it a F1?
Just F1.
It's an
I shouldn't say
F1.
just, counts 1 and 2 are F1s, Your Honor.
All right. I find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office on the aggravated child abuse charges. Because they're F1s, I'm going to hold you no bond. You can take this before the judge this is assigned to request a bond on that. On the neglect of a child.
Your Honor?
Yes.
He's entitled to a bond on counts, on all counts.
Even though it is an F1, he is entitled to a bond, Your Honor.
Okay, on count 1, 25,000, count 2, 25,000, neglect of a child, count 3, 5,000. Special condition that you have no contact with the named victim in the case, that you possess no weapons. Any other condition, State?
DCF.
Either a separate residence or a no return, Your Honor.
Okay, that you maintain a separate residence from the named victim in the case.
DCF was involved, Your Honor, so if he could comply with any DCF plan, I apologize.
Comply with any DCF plan. Okay, thank you. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Eros Reynoso.
Okay, sir, you were arrested on a charge of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And I will set bond in the amount of $15,000 with special conditions that you have no contact with the named victim, that you possess no weapons, that you maintain a separate residence. Do they currently live together?
No.
No, okay. Then there's no reason for him to do a return.
And I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, was this just for the VOP?
All 3 cases, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what?
All 3 cases?
All 3 cases, okay. Then on 2022 CF 3783, the violation of probation, we're doing an on-view VOP, and I'll set him at no bond on that. On false imprisonment, let's see, on 2022 CF 10466, I find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender on the false imprisonment charge. Set bond at $5,000, aggravated battery, set bond at $15,000, tampering or harassing a witness, $1,000. And then on 2022 CF 10443, count 1, battery on a law enforcement officer. I find probable cause on both counts. I'll set $1,000 bond on each count. Let's see. Special conditions on the false imprisonment, ag battery, harassing is no contact with the witness. No contact with the victim, possess no weapons, maintain a separate residence. And Anything else, State? Nope, okay. It's battery on a Leo. Yes. No conditions on the bad Leo, okay. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Tavares Swinton.
Mr. Swinton, you were arrested and charged with aggravated battery on a pregnant person. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And I will set bond in the amount of $5,000 with the special conditions that you have no contact with the named victim, that you maintain a separate residence, that you possess no weapons, and that you comply with any DCF plan that gets put in place. If you all currently reside together, I have no objection to a one-time return accompanied by law enforcement for you to gather your clothing or your belongings. Okay. Then as to the charge of battery, I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent him. And I will set bond in the amount of $1,000 with the special condition that he have no contact with the named victim, that he possess no weapons, that he maintain a separate residence. He's currently out on bond on 2022 CF 4665AO. I'm revoking the bond in that case and setting him at no bond. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Alan Harden.
Okay. Mr. Harden.
Your Honor?
Yes.
This is
Do
a
we have
code
Travis Reynolds out at the same time?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Harden, this appears to be mutual combat with your brother, Travis Reynolds. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause on the battery charge. And is Mr. Reynolds out here?
He's right here.
Okay. And Mr. Reynolds, you're also charged with battery. I do find probable cause in the battery charge. State, do you have any questions for either of them, or can we really do that since they're
Your
both?
Honor, as they're both defendants, I generally do not question them, but all we want to know is, do they want to have contact with each other?
Okay. Do you want to have contact with each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you think you all can live peaceably?
Yes, ma'am.
Misunderstanding.
Okay. And did you all grow up here? Do you have ties to the community?
We grew up in Miami,
Okay, how long have you been in the Orlando area?
like for 4 years now.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Harden, I'll take you first. So on the charge of battery, you qualify for pretrial release. I'm going to release you on pretrial release with special conditions that you have no hostile contact with the named victim, Travis Reynolds in this case. Okay, you can have contact, but if you start feeling angry at him, walk away, all right? Also that you possess no weapons. And then Mr. Reynolds, on your battery charge, I'm going to ROR you on this charge. Same conditions, no hostile contact with your brother, possess no weapons. You are currently out on bond on 22 CF 782, dealing in stolen property. I'm going to take no action on that case, okay, which means you are going to be released back onto your bond, all right? But you guys,
Oh, no, there was just a misunderstanding.
okay. You guys need to learn to get along, okay?
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, I reviewed this violation of domestic injunction charge. I do find probable cause, although it expires on the same day. So, and I'll appoint the public defender. And I will set bond in the amount of $500 with the special condition that she have no contact with the parties of the domestic injunction and possess no weapons. All right, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Janita Hannah Marie Woods.
Okay, Miss Woods. You were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you, and I will set bond in the amount of $500 with the condition that you have no contact with the named victim, that you not return to where this occurred, and that you possess no weapons. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. That's all, ma'am. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Olivia Zimmerman.
Okay, Ms. Zimmerman, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. You qualify for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary release. Special conditions are that you have no contact with the named victim in the case, that you possess no weapons, and that you maintain a separate residence, okay? And anything else, State?
Your Honor, I think DCF was contacted, or at least they should have been.
That you comply with any DCF plan that might get put in place, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Adams.
Okay, is it Jorge Luis Adams?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, you're here on an out-of-county warrant. Do you have? Out-of-county warrant for Osceola County. And I will stay the no bond status that they placed on that. Osceola will come pick you up soon, okay? Good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Daniel Garcia Ayala.
Okay, Mr. Garcia Ayala, you are also here on an out-of-county warrant for normally it jumps out at me. I'm not seeing which county this is from, but they've set you at no bond. Collier County. And I will stay the no bond status. Okay, so Collier will come pick you up soon. Thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Michael Grant.
Okay, that happens to me all the time. So, Mr. Grant, you're here on a failure to appear. Marion County. Thank you. Okay. And they've set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status, and Marion County will come pick you up soon. Okay? Good luck to you. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Ms. Reese, you're here on a failure to appear on a case out of Lake County. They've judge set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status, and Lake County will come get you soon. Okay. Okay, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Ms. Stevenson, you are here on an out-of-county warrant out of Volusia County. The judge set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status. Volusia will come get you soon. Busy. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Eddie White, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. White, you are here on a warrant out of Hardy County,
Yes, ma'am.
where they've set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status, and Hardy County will come get you soon.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Octavian Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, you're here on a violation of probation. Judge Navarro signed your violation of probation and set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status in this case and appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Good morning, ma'am. Dione, good morning. Good morning to everybody in the court. My name is Jesus Miranda.
Okay, Mr. Miranda, you're here on a 2002 case, but a 2009 warrant. Judge Egan signed a violation of probation for you back in 2009, set it at no bond. I will stay the no bond status and appoint the public defender, and you'll be going before Judge Strobridge. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Wayne Irvin.
Okay, Mr. Irvin. Let's see. You are here on a violation of probation signed by Judge Barber. She set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status and appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
Your Honor.
Yes. Okay. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Sanchez Quinones.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez Quinones. You are here on a violation, well, multiple violations of probation. And Judge Calderon set you at a no bond status, and I will stay the no bond status, appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
Your Honor.
That's on all cases. Is there a question?
Oh, no, I was making sure you did all 4 cases.
Yes, all 4 cases. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Malcolm Singleton.
Okay, Mr. Singleton, you are here on a violation of probation. That was signed by Judge Tom Young, and he set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status and appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
World.
Okay, Mr. Worrell, you're here on a violation of probation.
Yes, when I had came to jail recently, I had came to jail on a misdemeanor DV, and they allowed me to find out. And I was telling them like I'm on probation, but they still allowed me to find out somebody else posted my bill. So like I got out now, and I went back to work, and like y'all about to take me from work. I was trying to see if there's a way I can get a date on this VOP just so I can go back to work.
Okay, sir. Judge Strobridge signed a violation of probation for you on August 24th and set you at no bond. I cannot do anything about that. You're going to have to go before Judge Strobridge, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you, okay?
When do is my court date for that?
What? I don't know. So you will be notified. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Devin Lightsey.
Okay, Mr. Lightsey, you are here on a violation of probation. Judge Bigney signed a VOP for you, set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status and appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay.
What happened to Ortiz?
I advised them.
Okay, thank you.
What happened to him?
I think they're supposed to be getting them, Your Honor. Ortiz?
It's Ortiz,
Yes, they're getting
Ortiz.
it. They're getting it.
Oh, he's on his, okay. No, I looked it up, though.
He has a VOP.
He has a
and
VOP on a
two
stipulated
cases.
downward departure. 2019 CF 13621. Let's see.
Can I approach the clerk so you can have?
Yes.
She said she had him sign a plea form. She didn't give it to me. I mean, she didn't give it to me. She gave me the stack, but no plea forms.
This? Sure. Here, I just do whatever you guys. I don't originate anything. So. Correct. Let me see what we've got. 22 MM 6147 61.
Oh, okay. Your Honor, they placed him on second session.
Who, Ms. Ortiz?
Yeah, her docket shows that he's on second session.
We can do
But
him.
he's supposed to be on first.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. How difficult is it to get him? Is he
We can just
close
call him-
by or he's pretty far away?
We can just call him on second session, Your Honor.
That's fine. Okay. Just add him to the other 50. Okay.
Hey. So what's that? Yeah, but I thought the police were here, but it's not, so I'm writing it out. So if you want to do 33-day motion,
Yeah, okay.
and then we can do the plea. It's not attached.
I don't see the citation on that anyway. We have a gentleman back there. What's that about?
I'm writing out the plea.
Okay.
It wasn't, attached to the documents. So I said if we could do the 33-day motions while I write out his offers.
Sure.
Thank you.
Just wanted to be sure you all were aware he was here. Okay. On 2022 CF 9090AO, Robert Lee Cunningham Jr., 33-day motion.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
2022 CF 9148AO, Leonard Ernest Miller.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
2022 CF 9173AO, Brent McKemmy.
Denied, information was filed.
2022 CF 9224AO, Clayton Boussier.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
2022 CF 9277AO, Robert Harris.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
2022 CF 9190AO, Cecil Leroy Green.
Granted, case was no billed.
2022 CF 8907AO, Dario Arana.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
You can come up now. I'm ready. Your Honor, I am ready for the.
Okay, who do you have?
Oh, William Johnson.
William Johnson.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. William Johnson is here on case number 2022 MM4200AO. And the offer in that case is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, court cost, and no return to the Lowe's. See if I have an address. Located at 8700 West Colonial Drive. Additionally, he is here in case number 2022 MM4201AO, which is also a petty theft. It is an offer from the state to resolve with an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. There's court cost and restitution to Lowe's in the amount of $541. Additionally, he is here in 2022 MM 271 AA. The offer from the state to resolve the petty theft is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to the lows. Mr. Williams would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Working without a net.
Your Honor,
Yes.
only with regard to 22 MM 271, there is also a cost of investigation that is $272.25 to Apopka PD.
Say it one more time, 200.
72.25.
To Apopka PD?
Yes. Only in 271.
Got it.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
William Johnson.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, have you read through this plea form with your attorney, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering these pleas freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you are not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then, on 2022 MM 271 AA, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
On 2022 MM 4301 AO, petty theft, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
And on 2022 MM 4200 AO, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I will accept your pleas. Find you're entering these pleas freely and voluntarily. And on 2021 MM 271 AA, I will adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the time that you've served here in the Orange County Jail on that case.
Your Honor, I have 2022 MM 271. Is that wrong?
Is that not what I said?
It said 2021. I just want to make sure.
Did I? Okay. 2022 MM 271 AA. I will adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the time that you've served on that case, order that you not return to the Lowe's at, is this the one, 8700 West Colonial Drive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that Winter Garden?
Orlando.
Orlando?
Orlando, Florida, yes, Your Honor.
Orlando, Florida. And I will, well, gosh, it's got it. How is there money owed to the Apopka Police Department then?
This one says 87. I'm trying to find it. I thought the plea forms were already filled out.
I'll look, Your Honor. That is the information that I have, but one moment.
One I see on Orange Blossom, but I don't believe that's I didn't see, it didn't have it in the. Okay. So he's saying it was in case number 2022 MM 271 AA was the case.
Well, that's the one I started with. So.
It's at 1651 Orange Blossom Trail.
Okay.
And I believe that is in Apopka.
All right. On the 271 case, adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return to the Lowe's in Apopka at, what is the address?
1651 West Orange Blossom Trail.
1651 West OBT. Apopka, also order $272.25 cost of investigation payable to Apopka Police Department and court costs, cost of prosecution. Okay. Yes, that's cost of investigation. It's also court costs, cost of prosecution. Okay. And I will give you 1 year to pay that. Is there restitution owing in that?
I apologize, I stepped away from that one. I don't believe it's in that case. I think it's either the 4200 or the 4201.
All right.
Sorry,
Then the next case I'm doing is, I'm just doing them in the order that they're on this sheet that I've been provided. On 2022 MM4201 AO, I will adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the time that you've served, order court costs, order restitution in the amount of $541 payable to Lowe's. And I will give you 1 year to pay that. And on 2022 MM4200, I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the time that you've served, order court costs, order that you not return to the Lowe's at 8700 West Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida. These are all to run concurrently. And I'll give you 1 year to pay everything. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Okay.
All right, Mr. Dominguez, I've reviewed the charging affidavit. You have 2 counts, aggravated assault with the deadly weapon. I do find probable cause. Your bond is stayed at $2,500. Trespass, occupied structure, conveyance, I do find probable cause. Your bond is stayed at $500. This is going to be with, you actually, I'm so sorry, you don't qualify for PTR. However, you will have some conditions. You're not to have any contact with the listed victim. You're not to return to Circle K, which is 8200 Champions Gate Boulevard. You're not to possess any weapons or firearm. State anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, they have me on suicide watch. I have my sciatic nerve. It's messed up, and I would like to have a regular bed because it's very hard for me to be in the floor. I can hardly get in the bed or get up from the floor, and I do have a steel rod on my leg and a steel rod on my hip, and it's impossible for me to sleep on the floor. See if you can help me, put me in the bed.
Corrections has their own policies and procedures when someone's under suicide watch. It's probably for your safety as to why you don't have, I guess, the bed to a certain level that you would like. You can speak to Mr. Rosa. Perhaps he can help you.
Yes, but I already spoke to somebody medical, and they misquote me. I didn't say I was suicidal. I said when I had my seizure yesterday, I feel like I killed myself, and they have me suicide watch, and not suicidal. Please help me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Nelson Colon Santiago, 22 CF 2566.
Your Honor, he would require a Spanish
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Ricardo Morales, Spanish interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
All right, thank you. I am conducting initial appearances. The defendant needs a Spanish interpreter. However, I also have the victim present, and she's also going to need the services of the Spanish interpreter.
Are we doing this over the loudspeaker, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
The interpreter is ready.
All right. Defendant is Nelson Colon Santiago. Case is 22 CF 2566.
El acusado Nelson Colón Santiago, caso 22 CF 2566.
I was provided an arrest warrant for 2 separate counts. First one is battery domestic violence. Second count is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Una orden de arresto en donde configuran 2 acusaciones, una por violencia doméstica y una por agresión física con un arma mortífera.
I do find probable cause for each of these counts.
Determino que hay suficiente indicio de criminalidad para ambas acusaciones.
He is entitled to bond with PTR conditions.
Tiene derecho a fianza con libertad provisional con ciertas condiciones.
Before I tell him what the bond and the conditions are, I would like to hear from the victim of this case.
Antes de indicar cuáles serán la fianza y las condiciones de libertad provisional, quisiera escuchar de parte de la víctima.
All right, and that's going to be Lynette Torres Morales.
Sería Lynette Torres Morales.
Please raise your right hand for me.
Por favor, levanta la mano derecha.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
¿Jura solemnemente decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Yes. All right, you can put your hand down.
Puede bajar la mano derecha.
My questions are only to Miss Lynette Torres Morales.
Las preguntas que estoy haciendo en este momento están dirigidas solamente a Miss Lynette Torres Morales.
Miss Torres Morales, you're the listed victim of this case, correct?
Miss Lynette Torres Morales, usted es la presunta víctima en este caso, ¿correcto? Correct.
Please do not tell me any facts about your case. I just want to know if you wish to have contact with the defendant.
No diga ningún pormenor acerca de su caso, solamente indíqueme si desea mantener contacto o no con este acusado.
Por ahora no, solo con mi hija.
Not for now, just with my daughter.
Understood.
Entendido.
Any questions, defense?
¿Alguna pregunta, defensa? No, señoría.
All right, that was no from defense. And state, do you have anything to tell me?
I have some questions that I'd like to clarify on the record with the victim, Your Honor.
Okay.
I apologize, Mr. Interpreter.
Eso fue un no por parte de la defensa. Fiscalía, ¿tiene usted alguna pregunta? Sí, señoría, tenemos unas preguntas que quisiera aclarar con la víctima. ¿Puedo proceder? Adelante.
Ms. Torres Morales, do you share any children with the defendant in this case?
Señora Torres Morales, ¿usted comparte hijos con el acusado en este caso?
Correcto.
Correct.
And what are the ages of those children and where do they reside?
¿Y cuáles son las edades de esos menores y en dónde viven ellos?
1 año, 8 años y 17. Y viven conmigo.
I have a 1-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 17-year-old, and they live with me.
And do you have a third party that you could use for the defendant to have contact with those minor children as you wish while there's a no contact order in effect?
¿Y usted cuenta con un tercero con quien el acusado pueda encontrar, con quien usted pueda utilizar para que el acusado pueda mantener contacto con estos menores mientras la orden de no contacto permanece en efecto?
Correcto.
Correct.
And can you list that individual's name and their relationship with the two of you on the record, please?
¿Y puede usted anunciar para que conste en el acta cuál es el nombre de esta persona y su relación para con ustedes?
Kelvin Colón es su hermana.
Calvin Colon, that would be his brother.
And is that the person you would use for child visitation exchanges and things of that nature?
Y esta es la persona que usted utilizaría para que haya intercambio de menores y compartir de menores y ese tipo de cosas.
Sí.
Yes.
Ms. Torres Morales, you're here present in court today on September 8th of 2022, and there is a visible injury on your face, on your left eye. Is that injury a result of the incident that occurred between you and the defendant on the day of this accusation?
Y señora Torres, usted estuvo presente en septiembre 8 del 2022 y se encuentra presente con una herida en el ojo izquierdo. Esta herida surgió como resultado del altercado entre usted y el acusado.
Correcto.
Correct.
Okay, I have no further questions of the victim, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
No tengo más preguntas para con la víctima, señoría. Ok, muchas gracias.
All right, again, as I stated, he is entitled to a bond as to count 1 and 2. As to count 1, this is going to be bonds with PTR. Do find probable cause. Bond will be set at $1,000.
El acusado tiene derecho a fianza por ambas acusaciones. La fianza por la acusación número 1 serían $1,000 de fianza con la posibilidad de libertad provisional.
Count 2, which is the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $10,000.
En la acusación número 2, que es agresión física agravada con un arma mortífera, se fija la fianza en $10,000 y determino que hay suficiente indicio de criminalidad en ambas acusaciones.
You're not to have any contact with the listed victim, Ms. Lynette Torres Morales.
Usted no puede tener ningún tipo de contacto con la víctima, la presunta víctima en este caso, Miss Lynette Torres Morales.
You are not to go to her home.
Usted no puede ir a la casa de ella.
You are not to go to the Walmart that's located at 4444 West Vine Street.
Tampoco puede ir al Walmart localizado en 444.
You will not have any contact with your children.
Usted no puede tener ningún tipo de contacto con sus hijos.
You are to surrender all weapons within 24 hours of your release.
Deberá entregar cualquier arma en su posesión dentro de un plazo de 24 horas de su puesta en libertad.
You are not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Y no puede tener ningún tipo de armas o armas de fuego.
Anything from the state?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May Ms. Torres Morales be seated?
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
¿Algo más por parte de la Fiscalía? No, señoría. ¿Podemos pedirle a Miss Lynette Torres que tome asiento? Sí.
Yes, ma'am. Do not return to the victim's address. 24 hours upon his release. All right, thank you.
Bien, gracias.
All right, Gustavo Petrie. Okay, 22 2054.
Your Honor, for the record, the victim in this case is present. She does not wish to address the court. She does not.
Okay.
Próximo caso, Gustavo Pietri, 2022 2054.
All right, sir, I've reviewed the charging affidavit. You've been charged with battery, domestic violence. I do find probable cause for your arrest. You qualify for bonds with PTR conditions.
El señor ha revisado su affidavit de acusatorio y determinó que hay suficiente indicio de criminalidad para su acusación de agresión física doméstica y tiene derecho a fianza con la posibilidad de libertad provisional.
Your bond is set at $500.
Se fija la fianza en $500.
PTR conditions not to have any contact with the victim.
Condiciones de la libertad provisional serían no tener ningún tipo de contacto con la víctima en este caso
You're to maintain a separate residence from the victim.
y deberá mantener una residencia separada de la víctima.
If you have any personal items at the home, I'll give you one-time assistance with law enforcement to retrieve those items.
Si usted cuenta con efectos personales que se encuentran en ese hogar, le concederé que regrese en una sola ocasión acompañado a las fuerzas policiales para que recoja sus pertenencias.
You're not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Y no puede tener armas o armas de fuego.
Anything else, State?
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
All right, thank
¿Más
you.
fiscalía? No.
Is that our only Spanish case? I'll make an announcement. And if you can make an announcement for me to see if anyone else needs your services.
Certainly, Your Honor. ¿Alguien más en la sala requiere el servicio de intérprete en español?
I don't see any hands. Is that
May the
correct?
interpreter be excused?
Is that- Oh, there's one guy that finally raised his hand.
Two more than me, Spanish Judge. Yes, Torres, Iris, and Maro Rivas.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to say that again.
Ryan Torres, and the first name starts with Iris. No, I can't say that.
Is that new cases?
Yeah, and Torres, VOP case.
Got it?
And the other one is, Rivas.
You said Renos?
Rivas.
Rivas?
Oh, Reina Torres.
That's the first one, correct?
Arias Leided.
I just say there, there you go.
have any other police tabs besides that here unless it's attached to something. Red tab. All right, no worries. All right, got it. And we don't have our Spanish interpreter, so we'll have to call back.
You still need the Spanish interpreter, Your Honor?
Yes, I'm so sorry. So we
That's
have,
okay.
we have two more. The first defendant's Mauro Rivas.
Primer acusado es Mauro Rivas.
All right. Is Mr. Rivas here?
Se encuentra en la sala el señor Rivas.
He's approaching. Mr. Rivas, you have an out-of-county warrant from Lake County.
Señor Rivas, usted cuenta con una orden de arresto de Lake County.
Your bond is set at 0.
Su fianza se fija en 0.
They'll come pick you up.
Ellos vendrán a recogerlo a usted.
Thank you.
Gracias. Your Honor, may I have this defendant case number?
It is 21 CT 001554 out of Lake County.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case is Iris Later, Rena Tornes, 22 CT 92. All right, sir.
Reina Tornes, caso 22CT-92.
Violation of probation.
Se le acusa de incumplimiento con su régimen de libertad vigilada.
You're out on probation for a driving license suspended and picked up a new one.
Usted está bajo este régimen por asuntos de manejo.
Your bond is set at
My
0.
apologies, Your Honor. My apologies. Can you repeat the charges once more?
So he was on probation for driving while license suspended and was arrested again for another driving while license suspended in Orange County.
Usted está en incumplimiento por manejar vehículo de motor con licencia suspendida y fue detenida nuevamente por manejar un vehículo de motor con licencia suspendida.
His bond is currently set at 0.
La fianza se fijará en 0.
VOP arraignment, September 15, 8:05 a.m., courtroom 5B.
All right, thank you. All
Bien, gracias.
right. Anyone else needs services of the Spanish interpreter?
¿Alguien más requiere servicio de intérprete en español?
Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You too.
Also, Your Honor, I want to let you know that we do have Edgar Colon Rivera in the court now.
Okay, thank you. Emilio de Oliveira. All right, sir, you have two out-of-county warrants. The first one is in reference to MM22003412BA. You do have a bond, it's set at $2,000. Your second out-of-county warrant, also from Polk County, it's for case, looks like the case number is 0086692. And that bond is currently set at 0. So Polk County will also come pick you up. Thank you. Luis Omar Diaz Cruz, 21 CT 1322. Good afternoon. Mr. Cruz, you failed to appear for public defender pretrial. Your bond is set at $2,000. Thank you.
Public defender pre-trial, October 18, 2:30 p.m., courtroom 5B.
Dana Metellus Dorland, 22 MM 1011.
Your Honor, there was a little confusion with the defendant in this case. Do you know if she had a private attorney? Or has a private attorney?
I can look it up. Who is it?
George Gilbert, G-I-B-E-A-U-L-T.
Okay. Well, her attorney's not here, so it's a bench warrant. You failed to appear for jury trial. Your bond is set at 0. So contact your attorney so he can file the appropriate motion. Perhaps you can maybe get a bond. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pre-trial, November 8th, 8:15 a.m. Court
Your Honor, she doesn't know who her private attorney is. Can you tell us who it is?
So she's paying for a private attorney and she doesn't know who it is. That's a problem.
That's what she's telling me.
Then, let me just hold that to myself. Yes, ma'am. Why are we stalling? It's still a bench warrant and the bond is still 0, so.
I'm just trying to give her the name of her attorney so she may have a chance of contacting him or her.
Madam Clerk, go ahead and tell her who her private attorney that she's paying all this money for, and she doesn't know who he is.
The attorney's name is George E. Gilbert, G-I-B-E-A-U-L-T.
Crystal Lynn Oglesby, 22 CT 159.
Your Honor, we didn't hear the name of that attorney.
George Gilbert,
George.
G-I-B-E-A-U-L-T.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Crystal Lynn Oglesby, 22 CT 1593. You're here because you failed to appear for pretrial. Your bond is set at 0. Thank you.
Public defender pre-trial, November 9th, 8:15 a.m. Court 4A.
Alexi Pacheco Ortiz, 2018 CT 897. You failed to appear for a rule to show cause. Your bond is set at 0.
Public defender pre-trial, November 9th, 8:15 a.m. Court 4A.
Trenton Watkins, 21 CT 754. You have a violation of probation in front of me. You picked up a new law out of Polk County. Your bond is currently set at 0 at this time.
VOP arraignment, September 15th, 8:05 a.m. Courtroom 5B. September 15th.
September 15th. Christopher Ray Resitelli, 22 CF 102. You failed to appear for a status hearing. Your bond is set at 0, sir. Thank you.
What name was that?
I don't know. Ask your lawyer. You should know what date you failed to appear. Your bond is set at 0. Thank you.
Status hearing, September 21st, 9 a.m. Courtroom 4F.
Terrell Madden, 22 CF 2618. Mr. Madden, you have 4 counts. First one, false imprisonment. I do find probable cause. You do qualify for bonds with PTR condition. Your bond has to count 1 to $5,000. Domestic battery by strangulation. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $5,000. Count 3, hindering communication with a witness. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $1,000. Resisting arrest without violence. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $500. You're not to have any contact with the illicit victim. You're not to return to her home. You're to maintain a separate residence, and you are not to possess weapons or firearms. Anything, State?
That's all, Judge.
Thank you. Darius Monk, 22 MM 2053. Mr. Monk, I reviewed the charging affidavit for trespass. I do find probable cause. Your bond will be stayed at $250. You're not to return to the Saralago Hotel, which is located at 5678 West Earl Bronson Memorial Highway. Now, when you picked up this new case, you're already out on bond on 22 CF 6570. I'm gonna go ahead and revoke that bond and set you at 0 at this time.
Your Honor, has another case that is out on bond, 22 CF 6557.
That will also be revoked, set at 0. Anything else? No? All right, thank you. Umero Robles, 22 MM 2055. Mr. Robles, you was charged with trespassing on property. I do find probable cause. You do qualify for direct PTR. State?
State has no objection, Judge.
All right, I'll go ahead and grant the direct PTR. Please do not return to Wawa, located at 4397 West Vine Street. Understood? Thank you. Nathaniel Cohen, 22 CF 2620. Mr. Cohen, you've been charged with burglary of unoccupied structure. I do find probable cause. Does he qualify, Officer Jenkins? Okay.
No, ma'am.
I do find probable cause for the burglary. Your bond will be stayed at $3,500. For the grand theft, I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $1,000. Count 3, criminal mischief. I do find probable cause. Your bond is stayed at $500. Please do not return to the scene of the offense. Any other conditions, State?
I would say no contact with co-defendant, but I don't know that that individual has been identified at this time, Your Honor. So nothing further.
Okay, thank you. And Edgar Colon Rivera. Mr. Rivera, you have 22 MM 2061, which is the failure to leave upon order, which is a trespass after warning. I did find probable cause, and your bond was stayed at $500. However, you were on probation when you committed this new law offense. You're out on probation on 2020 CF 1261. I do find an on-view violation of your probation because of this new arrest. I am going to find the violation and set your bond at 0 at this time. Have I missed anyone? All right.
So, Riley Delphon, I also, I'm still waiting for the reading of the charges.
One was out of county, picked up this morning, I was notified by email, and the other one was removed because he was IA out of county already.
All right, we don't have his information, so I can't do his IA. All right?
Pull up the email that you need.
Is he being set up for tomorrow?
I don't know.
He was already IA'd out of county, so he doesn't need to be IA'd. His next court date is gonna be given to the jail.
All right, thank you. We're all done at the jail.
Thank you.